What's up, guys? It's Backwoods Guns here. I've got a new toy for us to check out. I sold the M&P Pro Series. I tried my best to like it. I just couldn't do it. So, sent it on down the line and picked up this beauty. This is a sauer p320 RX Compact. It comes in a hard case, two 15-round magazines. It comes with the screwdriver to adjust your optic. It comes with a extra battery, as well as a Allen wrench to remove this if you want. Also comes with the cloth to clean off your optic. Also comes with suppressor height night sights. And they can actually co-witness with the optic, which is pretty cool. I like it, you know, battery goes dead, you're at the range, or even if you're using it for self-defense or whatever you're doing and it goes dead, you can still use your iron sights. No worries, don't even have to remove the optic. It is a compact size frame. It's not super small. It's what I would consider close to full size, but not quite. You know, here we have the SFX. I'll try to do you can see how much, not a huge difference, but again, this one does hold, 20 rounds. And this is definitely a full size, competition handgun. But I just brought that out here to compare the optics. We'll start with that. This is a Sig Romeo 1 red dot. The battery goes in the top, so you just screw that out, pop your new battery in, you're good to go. You don't have to remove the optic to change out the battery or anything. You have your adjustment for up and down on top and left and right on the side right here. Now, compared to the burst fast fire that I have on the SFX here, the fast fire seems to be longer, but the Romeo seems to be a little bit taller and quite a bit wider. They're both 3 MOA dots. I haven't had any problems with this. I've only put about 100 rounds through it, and this one I've got thousands through. I haven't had any problems with it. And then the Sig sight has 2 buttons on it instead of just one. Just click one or the other. It cuts on. Adjust your brightness with the up or the down button to turn it off. You hold either the up or down button down for 2 seconds. It powers off. The compact model has a 4-inch barrel, and the trigger on this thing, I love it, especially compared to the M&P. It is slightly curved, but it's not, like the M&P is almost like a C, super curved. But right here I'll show you how the take up and the brake goes on this thing, and the reset. Alright, right here you've got, see that little bit of take up? That's it. And you hit the wall, brake. We'll do that one more time. There's your take up, and then it brakes. And it feels to me like maybe a 4-pound trigger, but I think it feels really good. And then here's our reset. Not a bad reset. Could be better, could be a whole lot worse. I've gotten really spoiled from this gun because of the trigger. Here's the take up, just very minimal. And then you got your brake. This is where it really shines. Check out this reset. Ready to go again. Super short. But that's what the Freedom Smith trigger upgrade. We won't get into that today. This is actually on a, like I said, the compact frame that you can order different frame modules, and the insides of this thing will actually come apart with no tools, and it just all one piece, trigger, rails, everything, and it's actually serialized inside on the guts of this thing and not on the frame. So what's pretty cool about that is you can actually order a caliber exchange kit. Like this one's chambered 9mm. Say you want a 45 or 40 or a 357 SIG, you can get on SIG's website and you can order the caliber exchange kit. It comes with a new slide, new barrel. I think you can even get it to come with a whole nother optic, and magazines, I believe. And you can take it off and put all that on there. Use the same thing. You can have 2 different calibers, but it's only registered as 1 gun, which is pretty cool. But so far I'm really liking it. A lot better than the M&P. It does have your Picatinny rail here, stainless slide here, and no safety, no manual safety or anything, which I prefer. That's just a personal preference. But we got 15 rounds of 115 grain Federal aluminum cased ammo. Not my favorite grain. I usually prefer 124 grain, but I've gotten behind on my reloading, so had to pick some of these up. We're going to shoot at some steel here and let you see it in action. Got a little carried away there, and I didn't do so hot, but it happens. I'll load us up some more here. I'll shoot some more while I talk about it. Really, so far, the only thing that I've found that I do not like about this particular pistol is, let's see here, it is textured, the grip is textured, but it doesn't have, it's not super aggressive. Now, I particularly like an aggressive textured grip on it. You see here, you know, it is textured here on the back, sides, and the front. It's just not super rough. I mean, I don't feel like it's going to fly out of my hands. It's not completely slick or anything like that. But, you know, I might actually get some Talon grips and put on here. Just give it a little more aggressive, what I'm used to, what I like. But I've shot a little over 100 rounds through this thing, and it's been flawless so far. The red dot seems to be holding up good. Oh, and another thing about the trigger, you can actually, if you don't even like the curved trigger, which like I said, it's not a huge curve or anything, but if you prefer a flat face trigger, you can get on SIG's website as well, and you can buy a flat face trigger. It's supposed to reduce the trigger pull even by, I think, 35%. And Apex Tactical even has the same trigger. Well, not the same, but same concept. Flat trigger reduces pull, and no tools required. You don't have to punch nothing out, which is cool. You don't have to be beating on your gun or anything to take it apart. But which I may actually end up doing the flat trigger thing myself. But like I say, it's not super curved. It's almost like a hammer fired trigger. That's what it reminds me of. But we will put some more rounds through it. I'll try not to get carried away, and hopefully I hit the target a few more times. I missed a couple times, not too bad. I'll show you how this thing comes apart here. Get everything out of my way. Make sure it's unloaded. We're clear. Lock the slide back. You have a lever right here. You're going to turn this thing down. Now it's a little stiff, or mine is anyway. You have to push it down all the way around till it stops. You'll be able to see when it stopped. Bring your slide slowly forward. Pull it off. Recoil spring guide rod. 4-inch barrel. Relatively easy to pull apart. And now here's the insides of this thing. Like I said, from here all the way to here, including the trigger, is all together, one piece. You can push this through right here, pull your lever out, comes out, put it in a different sized frame. Like if you have the full size, you want to go compact with a full size slide, you can do that. Now, I don't think you can take the compact slide and put on a full size frame. Obviously, it's going to be a bit longer. It might work, but I feel like it would look a little awkward. But so far, I'm really liking this thing. I'll put it back together here. Pull it back, lock your slide. Flip. Oh, if I push the right way, that would help. All the way back around. And it's good to go. I'm looking forward to getting some more rounds through this thing. I was actually surprised at how easy it is to manage the recoil, which, given, yes, I know it's a 9mm, but you'd be surprised the differences in different guns, especially because, as you can see where the beaver tail is, there's quite a bit of area left up here, and a lot of times if your hand's not, you know, up here right at the slide, you know, it'll feel like you a little more, you don't have as much control of it. But for me, I have no problems with it. It seems like a really solid and well built gun. I'm already glad that I got rid of the M&P for this one, but we'll get another look at it here. Stainless slide, mag release, two 15-round mags. It's not on the cheap side, but it's not on the expensive side either. Well, it depends on who you ask, I guess. I think they run about $8.49, something like that, at Cabela's normally for this, the compact or the full size. Now, which Cabela's retail gonna be a little bit higher. You know, local gun shop or somewhere used, you could probably get it cheaper. But I think it would be a good upgrade from somebody who had their first gun. You know, something like most people, they get their first gun and they, you know, there are people that will, you know, buy something stupid expensive. Like right here, first gun, oh, I want a CZ Shadow 2 because it looks cool. And they are cool. I've never shot one. I can't afford one, to be honest. But I would love to own one. But, you know, your average person don't just have, you know, $1,400 laying around to go buy a high-end pistol for their first pistol and not even know if they're going to like it. And any smart person, before you get into something, you're not going to go all out on something you're not even sure you're going to like. Which, if you ask me, I don't know how anybody doesn't like guns. I don't know. I don't get it. But that's just me. You know, if your first pistol was probably, you know, $300-400 like a Taurus or a, I don't know, SCCY, something on the bottom end of things, maybe even a High Point, maybe really cheaped out. I don't know. But, now I'm not trying to bash or anything, but we all know the quality. If we've been in guns long enough, we know the quality of High Point. And Tauruses, they're hit and miss. But, you know, you gotta look at the price difference. There's like a $500 price difference. But I think this would be a really good upgrade from your first gun, or if you're wanting a new range toy, or even if you want to conceal carry. You know, I'm not a big fan of concealed carrying with a optic. That's just not my thing. I do think they're, you know, optics have came a long way. They're very well built, but I just couldn't trust my life to something that ran on a battery. That's just me. These right here, they don't die. You can see them all the time. But I think it's going to be a good range toy. I love the way it feels. It's just, I'm really glad about this purchase. But I'll quit rambling on, and hope you guys have a great day.